Hello, welcome to the edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, IndyCar is in the news. Now, they were going to get a new power plant upgrade going into the year 2021, but they actually pushed that back to 2022 for a reason I'll answer a little bit. The new engine of choice is going to be a 2.4-liter V6, but for the first time ever inside of IndyCar, they're going to get a hybrid system inside of this, and apparently it's going to throw the horsepower numbers way up. 900 horsepower is what the new power plant is going to be able to offer, which is going to mean that it's going to have a lot greater punch when that push to pass is actually touched. You know, that button inside of an Indy car that'll allow you to get a lot extra horsepower to help you pass a vehicle if you're struggling behind it. Well, apparently this new electrified system is going to add to that pretty significantly. The other little interesting trick is the hybrid system will be able to kickstart the engine. So no longer are you going to need someone to actually have an external starter to actually fire up the vehicle in case you spin out or whatnot. This vehicle will be able to fire up itself if it can do so. Now, the reason they pushed it back from 2021 to 2022 is they want to help to try to get a little bit more manufacturer help inside of it. General Motors with their Chevrolet brand is one of the vehicles of choice, and of course the Honda brand is in it as well. And they're hoping to get at least one or two more manufacturers to come into this situation. This also includes a brand new Aero update that'll come out in the year 2022 as well. Next up on the list, well, the folks over the Ford Motor Company finally released the power numbers, the official power numbers, for the brand new GT500. The GT500 comes with a 5.2-liter cross-plane crank lump with a Eaton 2.65-liter supercharger atop, putting down 12 psi of boost inside of that lump, giving it 760 horsepower, 665 pounds-feet of torque. That is shipped through a 7-speed Tremec dual-clutch transmission, wet dual-clutch transmission, which actually is shifting it through the rear wheels, but it actually has really cool drive modes. In fact, 5 of them in total, from normal all the way up to drag mode. And drag mode, you would think, would have the quickest shifts. But oddly enough, it's got shifts that are a little bit slower for one real reason. Ford has given this vehicle an extra torque option, an over torque, if you will, which actually keeps the torque and keeps the power numbers as high as it can through the shifts to try to allow this thing to get the quickest acceleration yet. Now, the trick is they haven't actually talked about quarter-mile times. In fact, they haven't even talked about 0 to 60 times, other than they said it's going to be in the mid 3-second range. But they did say something pretty interesting. This vehicle can go from 0 to 100 miles an hour and back down to 0 in just 10.6 seconds, which is pretty quick indeed. And all of this for a starting price of around $74,000, and that is some of the official price on this machine. So we're going to learn a whole lot more before year's end and have an official production date to boot with that as well. So we'll keep you in tune of what we hear. And sticking with the horsepower show, let's flip over to the folks over at FCA who are showing off this particular machine. This is the brand new Dodge Durango SRT Pursuit. Now, don't get real freaked out. This is not a brand new cop car. This is not a police pursuit vehicle, even though it does have that particular livery. This is done for a special event happening here stateside over the next several weeks. Now, FCA has done a pretty significant amount of this thing. It comes with the wide-body Challenger wheels, 11-inch wide wheels with super sticky rubber. They lowered the ride height. It's got the braking package off the Trackhawk, so the Brembo's off that Trackhawk machine. But its piece of resistance is the 6.2-liter supercharged Hellcat Red Eye engine. Yes, you heard me right. This thing makes 797 horsepower, and that is shuffled through the all-wheel drive system on this particular machine, which does show up a little bit of a interesting deal heading forward. Dodge has not said that they're going to build this Durango, but could they put that red eye lump inside of a Trackhawk, or maybe even could we see a Durango Red Eye, maybe possibly very, very soon? We'll have to wait and see. This particular vehicle was done by the folks over at FCA, and it's done for the One Lap of America event that'll be going on over the next several weeks. So there's a good shot you may get to see this thing out and about competing in that particular event. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this high horsepower edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs in the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.